What's going on, guys? Welcome to our review of AEW Fyter Fest, where I wear masks, unlike those two losers, because they don't follow the rules. I am your host, Nikazoid, aka Arrow.
This is your boy Jay Fizzle.
Who
AEW.
doesn't practice social
Even though I was a
distancing.
little bit disappointed in the first night of Fyter Fest, it's still Fyter Fest.
And technically, I am following the rules because I'm at home and I can anywhere I want. So, it's your boy, the one that you love to hate. OB Times, what's going on?
Hey, guys, that might be the last time you see Obi Times on this show because he might die after this. So, guys, he was a strong warrior, okay? They're going to discuss the...
Elizabeth!
I'm coming home!
I'm coming.
He's stupid. I missed the first two matches due to me traveling home from work. So Fizz and Obi Times are gonna update you on that, and then I'll jump in when they're done.
All right, so I can start it off here. So the first match was MJF and Warlow versus Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, formerly known as Jurassic Express. Now, I can just go off and just say from this match, I'm going to start it off completely to be real with it. To me, this was the best match of the night, and then it just trickled down and kind of went down. This is just me, all right? We talked about this a little bit. So just some quick highlights real quick. So I like how it transitioned from the F10 into you call it the Poison Corona. I like that. I don't know why. That was the highlight of the match for me. And then the whole Super Canadian Destroyer, that was kind of legit. But overall, the winning match was Jurassic Express. There were some points where I saw this match, and I know Obi Time's going to talk about it. We talked about how, I don't know what happened with Fyter Fest. Maybe they overlooked the whole match, the whole night. I'll even say that. We're just like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. People were even like, okay, I'm about to do the move. Here we go. Go ahead, Obi Times. I was kind of disappointed being an AEW fan. I kind of felt like I'm just an AEW fan this time. So
I told you this is why AEW is the most trash show I've seen. You're on national television and people are trying to rush into spots, like trying to run into their spot real quick.
Obi Times. Oh, what is the show?
Trash. What was that mean with that white dude who's like trash? Like that's how bad this. Like I'm not understanding. Match was great at first. I liked how they had the tags and stuff like that, and they had the heel team actually doing heel things. And then it just went to the hot tag very, very quick. All of a sudden, it was a very short heat, and that's when it just went all over the place. And it just went into the AEW/indie style where everything just falls into chaos. And I know Jim Cornette is going to eat this alive because it was one point in the match where I think Marco Stunt jumped in when Wardlow and what's his name? Luchasaurus was on the outside, and Marco Stunt jumped on Wardlow, and Wardlow picks him up. So you just see, like, after he just holds him up, and I'm like, okay, what is he going to do with him? Is he going to throw him? So he keeps holding him in the air, and then you just see Jungle Boy just get out of the ring, where they're at on the ramp, run down the ramp, and turn around and go, ah! What was that?
Oh, boy.
It was literally, he forgot the spot and just went on national TV. Oh, I forgot. Hold on, let me get into the spot. That I was like, okay, I'm turning this off. That it was really bad. That was terrible. And then after that, it just went into sheer chaos. I liked the finish, that they had, and it builds up to the MJF and Wardlow kind of fight that they're going to have because they're just not on the same page. But I just like the beginning and the end. The middle of the match was terrible.
Well, there was one more thing because we talked about this. There was a segment situation where who was it? It was MJF and there was someone else. Like they did a power bomb on MJF and MJF literally got right back up and did some type of super kick and then fell down. I was like, wait, hold on. AEW, this is a fan here. Stop doing those big moves and then the other character get back up and then does something whereas if nothing happened because Cody Rhodes is good for this. Stop. Bad formula.
Yeah, that was bad too. That was another thing. I completely forgot about that. I'm glad you brought that up because MJF just little rushed the powerbomb. And and Arrow knows about that Leo Rush. Boy,
Come on, man.
Got power bombed and sat right back up like, I'm good. That ain't hurt. Like, you just got slammed into the mat by Luchasaurus.
Yo, Leo Rush, we love you though, man.
I was baffled at that, and it was. I know Jim Cornette's gonna eat that match alive, and now Jim Cornette is not gonna like MJF. He's gonna tear him a new one. Like that was just bad, and it just looks terrible on their part.
So who won the match?
Jungle Express.
So I guess who got pinned?
Go.
I think Wardlow didn't Wardlow get pinned?
So it saves MJF from taking an actual pin. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but the thing is, they should have MJF taking that loss instead of Wardlow to build Wardlow as the big monster still.
Well, there's a storyline within that because Wardlow is literally becoming that. I'm done being the stooge. Like I'm done. You telling me that I'm just nothing and you're the dude. So it's transitioning.
Yeah, and the reason why, like they're and it looks like they're going to turn Wardlow face, and in order to do that, they should have Wardlow strong and have him not pinned. Because now, since you have Wardlow pinned, now that gives MJF more reason to
actually say you're garbage.
Yeah, so it just gives MJF more ammo for Wardlow and Wardlow a lesser opponent, like a less stronger. Yeah,
even though MJF treats him like garbage, it's like if you actually have proof to back up why you're treating somebody like garbage, it don't make it right. But I mean, it is facts though. So,
Yeah, it's just a weird back and forth they have with that. I don't know. It's AEW. That's all I'm saying.
Again, I'm disappointed myself as an AEW fan.
Hey, like Obi-Town said, maybe we should have watched the Great American Bash.
Boy.
Hey, again, I'm an NXT fan. I'm more AEW because I'm an AEW fan, but NXT killed it. We'll look at night 2.
So we're gonna get on to White might have been the worst match, White. To what might have been the worst match of the night, from what I'm hearing. We have the women's. Was it for the women's championship?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, y'all guys take it away because I missed it too.
Match I've seen in a long time. It was worse than Raw and SmackDown matches.
Oh boy! Yeah, but that's
extra MVP matches because we actually been saying those were great matches.
Boy.
But yeah, the AEW Women's Championship match, I can never pronounce her name. So, can someone pronounce her name for me? I know
Hikaru Shida.
Thank you. And
how are you gonna say it though? I want to hear this.
No. Okay, so this was the worst match ever in AEW history so far. I felt like I was watching them dance with Watts. Literally, it was like 1, 2, 3 in place. Okay, here's a cutter. 1, 2, 3 in place. Here is a bouncing cutter. It was literally like they were catching each other to make sure that the move looked like it's sold, but definitely was practiced. I literally have no highlights. She won with the Shiny Wizard, whatever she calls it in her reference, pinned and basically won the match, so she retained the belt. That's all I gotta say, man. It was the worst match ever. Oh my gosh. I felt like I was watching like playing a video game. They messed up and it was like, all right, let me hit the continue button to try again. It was horrible.
My dude Fizz said this is like playing WWE 2K20. Oh.
No, well, with all the freaking glitches and everything, this looks like a glitch. That's real. Up. Messing up everything. Like, yeah, like what he said, it looks today's wrestling has been too choreographed. Like you shouldn't just go 1, 2, 3 into a move, 1, 2, 3 into the spot, 1, 2, 3 into a spot. It should be organic. And for me being like a wrestler myself, I really don't practice my matches before the match. I usually we just go over it, and whatever happens in that match happens because it'll happen organically. Like if somebody's on the ground and I want them to get up, I would tell them and look at them and be like, get up, and I would let them get up. They hear me, they say get up, and that's their cue to get up. It's not gonna be a synchronized thing that happens. Whatever happens in the ring is gonna be organic. They have to do that. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot practice matches beforehand. It's not gonna look good. It's not gonna look authentic. It's not gonna look real. It's gonna look like a bunch of choreographed mess. They have to slam on the mat hard. I've seen too much rolling. The German suplexes, the slams, is way too much soft falling and rolling. You have to slam your back on the mat to get that oomph. You got to get that sound in to make it feel like an impact. It was, and they really built Penelope Ford to be a super force because she had to do a knee, and then she had to do her move. So that kind of put over Penelope Ford in a sense. Because this top baby Sheeta had to put her away with it was like 3 moves, to be honest. They put her away with 3 moves. So
yeah,
I would like to see them do more simplistic things and not think about too much of the match. It was just a bad match overall.
Which is unfortunate because Hikaru Shida is an amazing wrestler. She's an amazing wrestler. So to hear that her match was the worst of the night when she's not the worst wrestler on the show by far, that's kind of unfortunate.
Well, I know we can get to at some point. We were talking about like the difference between overseas wrestling and American wrestling, and
right.
American wrestling is trash compared to like overseas wrestling. Even like over in Mexico, like it's too choreographed. It's all for the money. Three.
Yeah.
Jake Hayes versus Cody Rhodes for the TNA Championship. You said you saw it, bro. So go ahead and
TNA Championship.
You mean the TNT
Championship? Here we go. Go. Moment of the night. Woo! Get it, go. TNN, TNT, TNS, TNN. This is Christmas milk.
The TNA freaking title, boy. Goodness.
There it goes.
What's our calling it? The TVN belt, bro. This is the Christian.
There it goes. Oh boy. Woo. Okay, time out. We'll get back.
I'll tell you, man. Every time I'm about to have a bullhorn, bro. I'm having some sound. Every time we have the goody goo goo.
Oh boy.
Sound going on.
Ooh, the TNA Championship. All right. He did it. He only went 1 week, man. 1 week. I thought it was actually.
It might have been the TNA Championship. It's like a decorated hubcap. Title, boy.
Yeah, they need to change that championship. That job was pretty cool.
Like 1996 Honda Civic hubcap, boy.
Yeah, you know how they be falling off the cars? You hit one ramp, poof. That just be like, Pop. But
there's no more excuses, man. They supposedly said that the COVID was the reason why they wasn't able to finalize and finish the belt. But then we also talked about different designs. Guys, it's been too long. Stuff for opening up. Get that belt changed, please. Put some plates on those things. But those definitely look like they just decided just about one of those like cheap belts from Walmart. It was like, here's the belt. It's horrible.
I keep telling her. Everybody keeps saying that I'm player hating and whatever because I'm a wrestler and like I'm making myself look like a fool for not agreeing with them. Dude, the title looks ugly. And then on top of that, y'all keep lying about what's going on in your product. How am I a player hater? I'm telling you what's wrong, and it's the truth. Like I'm not getting it. It's just bad.
Oh, you're still a player hater regardless, but not on this one. Not on this one.
That's true.
Like
but
this one, nah, that belt is ugly. I tried to defend it at first. It ain't working, guys. Cody Rhodes won. It was a good match. I thought it was a good match. The finish was sloppy. I actually thought for a minute Jake Hager won, and I was kind of happy too. I was like, yes, like, okay, I can dig it. And then Cody won, and I'm like, of course they're not going to drop the title off of him that quick, but this match here shows that he needs – to me, he puts on good matches regardless, but going against somebody with a wrestling background and now an MMA background, it really helps the match feel better. Hager, you need to go back to wearing the full wrestling gear because those shorts look bland. They were boring. They made you look boring. Didn't take away from the match, but I just wanted to say that them clothes was But it was a good match. I'm interested to see who's going to take the TNT Championship off of Cody. I wish he got the Rhodes name. Like, I hate calling him just Cody. Like, that sounds like a default created character from WWE 2K. I don't like that name, but the match was good itself.
I'm not understanding that whole thing with Cody because Cody says that he respects his dad and the Rhodes name, and then he said he doesn't want the Rhodes name because he wants to carve himself a new path. But then on top of that, you're wearing shirts and everything that show your dad's product and everything. I'm not understanding. Like, want the Rhodes name, or do you want to carve your own stuff?
The thing is, you can call yourself and still use your father's name to honor him. Ain't nothing wrong with honoring your father. He's the reason you're in this. He's the reason we have war games in the Great American Bash. Like, I'd honor my dad.
Yep.
You know? But, yeah, I thought the match itself was good.
He can use that last name now as he said that he's allowed to use that name, but he doesn't want to carve his own legacy. But I'm like, dude, you can carve your own legacy and just be Cody Rhodes. Like, we know who you are. But
yeah, it's better than being Stardust.
Stardust, that was trash.
Boy.
Well, this is my thing I can say. So maybe he's just going with their time because this whole MMA. He even has the Titantron that wants to be MMA. I said Titan.
I hope he
I'm focused on this chips right now, man, because that's how trash this pay-per-view, or it wasn't even pay-per-view, this episode of
he's at the pay-per-view removed.
Now, one thing I didn't like, though, about this match, I'm going to be real with you, it was too many interference. Like, there was interference with his wife, supposedly uncrowned Miss America. And then there was interference with Art Anderson, interference with Dustin Rhodes. It was just too much. That just took away from the end of the match where the match itself was sloppy at the end with that finisher. So, yeah. But then, Jake supposedly hit the referee, and they were like, oh, you almost hit the referee, la, 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 because he was
after the match.
I was like.
You see the thing, and I agree with you right there, Fizz, because why in the world is Cody supposed to be a heel or a face? Because why is Arn Anderson interfering with the match? He's a face. Why are they interfering? You should not interfere unless the heel people interfere. That's the only time you interfere. Why are you interfering first? I'm not understanding what's going on.
You can't build Cody as a fighting champion, but then you have him do heel stuff. A fighting champion is a face champion that doesn't cheat. That's why the Apollo Crews thing on WWE is interesting because he says he's a fighting champion, but 2 weeks ago he used a heel tactic to win. that builds up that story where Cody is trying to build himself as I'm a straight face, I'm a fighting champ. Then have your manager stay out of it.
I
Hey, Fizz, what kind of shit you doing?
Man, this is Joe's favorite product, though. AEW.
Yeah, Fizz.
This is an advertisement, so this is definitely not in any way possible. Do not
Man,
but these barbecue poppers good.
He's eating poppables. Oh, real quick. You know what? Since we're going to plug in, let me tell you guys right now. Guys, go to GNC, get yourself these lean bars. These are good, okay? They're only 190 calories, all right? Great. Only 5 grams of sugar. Very low on the carbs. I recommend these. Make sure you get this kind. Protein, 16 grams. They have to be the peanut butter pie. All right, we're going to get back to it, but those are good.
Now, I bet they taste like friggin' cement.
No. They're soft. You bite into it and it's just like, ah.
Oh, yeah, it's soft. That soft cement. That's what it tastes like.
No, it won't break your teeth when you chew into it. I promise you. I promise.
Soft cement don't break your teeth either until it hardens.
You know what? Let's go to the next match, you smart ass.
So we had
I hate you.
Santana Ortiz versus Party, which I really miss that music. This new music, I just don't like it. They need to go back to that original music. I don't know.
I didn't like this match.
Yeah.
There was too many dives. There was way too many dives.
Yeah.
Way too many. Like, there was more dives than wrestling. Like, we still got to have some kind of wrestling in the ring. Most of the time, it felt like it went outside.
I think there was a dive like every single match, wasn't it?
I mean, there was a dive every single match, but there was definitely like.
But there was way too many.
For every dive in one match, they did 3 dives per one dive per one match.
It was.
So we had like 15 dives in this one.
You know what? I'm about to go watch it back, and I'm gonna count how many dives they did in all this, like the whole show.
How many Topa Suicinas?
He just had.
I don't care what it is. They need.
Yeah, it was Topasuna garbage.
Because they only did one, even though they did so many high flying moves in this match. It was really weird.
It's like you don't.
It's called Topasia too damn much. That's what it needs to be called.
Yeah, exactly. Like, dude. Oh, you know what? Can I say something real quick? Actually, yes, I can. It's our show. Of course I can. Chris Jericho, his outfit was boss. Oh my gosh. That outfit was so sick. If I could find a jacket like that, I'd wear that. I'd wear it to sleep. Okay? I will put that jacket. Chris Jericho, I'm going to hit you up on Twitter. Hopefully you'll respond to me so I can figure out where you got that jacket from. I want it.
You got that jacket from Factory. That's where you got it from.
Well, I'm going to get one.
Me, but dazzled it up.
Exactly.
Sure.
So one move that I liked. So I'm gonna get my one highlight. It was different because I've seen this move
better be one.
a few times by Finn Balor, for example, but he did a swing blade across the back. So when he did his swing blade, he kind of did almost like a Randy Orton like backbreaker kind of type move. That was a nice spot on move. So I'll give you for that.
What was it?
It was a swing blade. They call it a swing blade across the back.
Why do they call it a swing blade when it's a sling blade?
That could be just.
Are they trying to just change it so they're not like you can't copy WWE? Like the name is called the sling blade, so it's like
a swing blade. That's what they call it.
That sounds stupid. The swing blade. I almost messed it called it a swing braid. That's stupid. I almost fizzed it.
Shit, I almost messed. I was about to repeat it. I almost messed up and called it spring break. That's what I almost called it. Like, what move is this?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Private Party, they seem like cool people, but their matches are always so similar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, one thing, you know what, and I didn't even think about this, but when Fizz was talking about the Canadian Destroyer in the beginning, I'm so glad they've stopped doing those as a regular move again. Because I remember when Rey Mysterio had busted that move out, I swear everybody in every promotion was doing it. I'm like, Rey did it as a one-time thing. And then everybody got, Rey made it look so good against Andrade, everybody used it. It was a normal move. And I'm like, no. Why? Not a normal move.
Here's a fun fact, though. So today, I believe, supposed to be like Canadian Day or something like that.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Yeah, okay, so it was yesterday, so my apologies. So I think that was like the whole like celebration towards that. So
I'm just glad that everybody doesn't use it anymore. Like, I was getting tired of seeing the Big Show probably did one and I just missed it.
oh my god.
Like, I'm serious, man. Like, Obi was complaining about that at one time because everybody did it.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't matter if you were, Otis and Tucker, Rey Mysterio, The Undertaker. I'm like,
Kevin
everybody was doing one.
And now
Kevin Nash came out of retirement just to do one and then retire again.
And people are doing it as just like a move that goes into something else. That move should put somebody away 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's like one of my famous moves. I love the Vertebra Breaker. The Vertebra Breaker is not a regular move. That's gonna break somebody's neck.
Yeah, that's why they did that move too. Oh.
Yeah,
I would not do that Vertebra Breaker on anybody, dude.
It's a sick move. I ain't gonna lie, like sick move.
Hey man, homicide was crazy.
The video games, yeah, you dead. And them video games, the Vertebra Breaker, you are dead. Like,
yeah, your health went from clear to blinking red. I was like, oh wait.
Well, see, another thing about this match that trickled down, which kind of pissed me off. I love seeing Ortiz when he wrestles because he's funny. He's a comedian. He wasn't really that funny in this match either, man. I was annoyed by it. Like at the end, he was like still face like.
Man, when Ortiz came out, I thought that was Nyla Rose. I was like, hold up, they just changed
the
matches.
mask?
I thought they changed. I legit thought that was Nyla Rose. I swear to you. I was like, hold up, who is that? I was like, oh.
I hate you.
I legit thought it was Nyla Rose. I was like, are they gonna pull like a fast one or something? I thought it was gonna be interesting. I was like, oh shoot, they about to do something crazy. No, it was just Ortiz.
It's because he's wearing a mask. You fools, man.
You know what else was foolish? After the match was over, Chris Jericho approached Orange Cassidy, and everybody started pulling Chris Jericho back, right? Man, my dude Sugar Duckington, I rock with Sugar Duckington. This dude held him by the collar like this. I'm like, oh man, oh boy. Everybody else, he looked lost, like he didn't know what to do, so he just got it out of the collar. And I'm like, oh boy, that was.
Got pushed back by the space or like by air. Like nobody was holding him back. He was like,
yeah, that was bad. That was bad. Like ratings this for last week's AEW with the main event being which was just a promo session, but it was Orange Cassidy and Chris Jericho. The ratings were down. Orange Cassidy has to, like, people like that kind of stuff sprinkled in. I don't think that's gonna cut it for a main event guy. So you can't have him doing that as a main event guy. Nobody, like I said, when you sprinkle it in the show and you get your little, orange juice, in there, that's cool. But that's not gonna cut it if you're trying to push him as a main event guy. They got to, like when he got that beating and he got the orange juices, thrown at him and stuff. That made it serious. But he has to. That carefree can't always be a thing. Not with him. It can't always be a thing. So yeah.
The match ended with the gin and juice. Private Party won.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We had another moment where AEW threw shade at WWE. I don't know if you guys caught it, but when Taz and Brian Cage came out and they were telling Jon Moxley, like, you got tested twice already. When you come back, you're gonna get tested again. Because we don't run a sloppy show. We know who y'all talking about. Y'all was talking about WWE because they got like 25 new cases. Hey, but you know what? Do your thing, talk your stuff because, WWE be sneak dissing too.
The funniest thing
Great American Bash.
Mm-hmm. Like the funniest thing I saw on Twitter was when they had a picture of Brian Cage and Taz, and it said when you order Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman from Wish. I was dead. I was like,
I saw it. And see, Obi Times, you got to explain that to people because that might have flown over some of the people's heads. So you got to make them realize why that was so funny. Explain that to them.
because Wish is a knockoff website to be selling products. Good grief, boy.
Hey, that's why when you order Chuck Taylors from there, boy, you get the Chuck without the Taylor. You better be careful messing around with that kind of website. And then it take you like 6 months to get your product that you paid $5 for. I'm like, man, you better.
Yeah. He said you be getting Converses without the verse, so it just like the toes be sitting out.
Yeah, you got con.
You got Con.
Tell you. Oh boy. Hey, who want to talk about the main event first? Who want to do it?
Joe can do. I mean, Fizz can do that.
Yep, this your show, Fizz. Go ahead.
So,
Your show.
let me explain how silly this match was. It started off silly. So, best friends versus your champions, Adam Page and Kenny Omega. Now, drove in a minivan. In the minivan was Trent. Trent's mom was like, "Before you go out there, Sonny, give me a kiss on the cheek." Trent went over there, was like, kiss, and did a little smile, and went into the ring. And then to even make it sound more silly, they were like, best friends Chuck Taylor and Trent also drove in by their mom. I'm like, can y'all stop this silliness? Because I just want to just see the rest of the match. Like, Obi Toppin can destroy me in this review right now if he wants to. This was a trash episode. Even adding that to it didn't make it funny at all. I was like, now can we just have the tag team champions come out and just destroy them? Because we know we're not going to lose. So Chuck Taylor did a German suplex and tossed Omega into the barricade. And it literally looked like that move actually hurt because he landed on his head. Even Omega kind of like sit there for a second, was holding his head, and I thought it was completely real. So that was going to be the highlight of the match. Like I said, the team champions won. They retained it. It was another okay match. Kenny
It was a throwaway.
Not a star at all in this match. I felt like the best friends did way better than the other two teammates. Like, it was just I don't want them to be champion anymore just because I'm just tired of them doing, just like Obi Toppin's going to say it, the same moves every single match. Duffy, this dude. How many times I'm going to see Kenny Omega keep doing the freaking meat triggers and keep freaking doing the what do you want to call the move? I was about to call it a tiger bomb or a tiger suplex, but it's not. But when he puts him
Tiger driver?
Yeah. I'm tired of seeing that move right now by Kenny Omega. I'm tired of it. Keep snapping it. And I'm like, dude, like, at some point you're going to probably hurt somebody. I'm just tired of
Yeah. Like, everybody, and this is the problem with modern day pro wrestling right now, as we all have discussed this before stream. It's like when I was watching New Japan, they actually told a story in the ring, and with New Japan, it looks like they do tell the wrestlers, don't do this move until this point in the match means something. And yes, they can do big moves in New Japan, but it has to make sense. And then it's like when Kenny Omega comes to American wrestling and does his thing, he doesn't bring what he had from New Japan, and he doesn't bring that over to this. He just thinks he knows about pro wrestling and just does whatever he thinks is going to work. That style in New Japan is not necessarily going to work in the American structure of wrestling. It can, but you have to alter it. The way that Kenny Omega wrestles, he just does a bunch of big time moves. He does them frequently, and they don't put anybody away. And he uses them at the beginning of the match, the middle of the match, and the end of the match. It doesn't make sense when you use a big move 3 times and doesn't put anybody away. That means that you're weak as hell. If you're doing 3 moves and it's not going to do anything, why do you keep doing that same move? Just like in UFC, if you keep doing the same move to somebody's going to counter it. It's going to make it weaker and weaker and weaker.
Yeah.
But in New Japan, they do those moves a couple times and it look like it hurts. They do it on the outside or something to make it mean something, but then they do something else in the ring to build up. It's just I don't know what Omega really, and I have to credit Jim Cornette. He needs to go to a real wrestling school and learn the basic fundamentals of just pro wrestling in general. Just pro wrestling in general. How to tell a story in the ring. That's the only way it's going to get better. The only way. You can't just do whatever you get from the indies and think it's going to work on American television. It just doesn't work that way. And you guys have seen it like yourselves when it's just like, because Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle came from the American wrestling. They went to New Japan and killed it. Absolutely killed it. So that tells you something about American wrestling. You have to know that storytelling, and that storytelling is the basis, is the grounds of pro wrestling. You need that. If you don't have that, it's just going to be two guys just doing moves. It's just not going to look.
Do we have anything else to say before we start hitting up our overall reviews and match of the nights?
Disappointed.
All right, I'm gonna go first. I don't have a match of the night, guys. And I'm gonna give the show. I'm gonna give a show a 2.
AEW, wave the white flag. Wave the white flag.
I'm sorry. It gets a 2. Fizz, if you can come up with something, man, you'll probably give it a 2.5 to be nice, but
I'm gonna be real with you. As a AEW fan, I'm giving you an ass of 1.5. Like, the only match of the night that I even give like any type of credit to was the first match with MJF. But there were just so many mistakes and errors. It just totally just trickled down to the match where it's like I wasn't even interested in the last match. Like, I would tell you, all right, this is how the match finished, and this was the highlights. I only gave minor highlights for all these matches, so this was just an ass pay-per-view. Straight.
that Joe was butt cheeks, man. Y'all should be disappointed in giving us y'all built this up. And I thought, before I let Obi time, I'm going to say one thing. Y'all had all this time to prepare for this show. How the hell y'all let NXT just come up with something out of nowhere in his league's best? Okay.
And everybody would tell you that I was on AEW side when they first came out. Yeah. I do promotion, and since I am a worker, I want another place to go other than WWE. And boy, did AEW open my eyes, because I would rather go to WWE than AEW any day of the week. They made WWE look like they're the brand to go to. They really did. And
yeah, I'm gonna help y'all AEW real quick so I can just be on your side just a little bit. Go to NXT. Don't go to SmackDown at all.
It's like, and yes, and for right now, I wouldn't even go to any promotion, to be honest. Right now, I'm glad where I'm at. I don't want to go to anybody right now because nobody knows how to do wrestling. Well, WWE knows how to do wrestling. They just don't push black folks. So I'm just not gonna do that. I can't. And then you got AEW who barely push black folks and don't even do wrestling correctly. So it's like you just double-edged sword right there. Like, you can't really do anything there. Impact, we're not even going to talk about Impact right now.
Yeah, they got a champ called Moose.
I like what they're doing with Moose. I really do.
I did at first.
Yeah, and now it's kind of weird because he's doing these weird 90s promos that sound forced and just like, come on, man. Y'all got to do better.
He's better. He's shown that he's already better than that, and y'all messing him up now. So
yeah, I want the original Moose back, man. He was like straight villain.
So what rating did you give this, Fizz?
I gave it ass a 1.5.
A 1.5. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give a 1.5 as well. I really want AEW to do well. I really do. I talk about them
Because
all the
it's
time.
competition.
Yeah, and I really want them to do well, but they have these VPs who think they know everything about wrestling, but as you can see, they don't know squat. They don't know what's going on. These very, very indie-rific fans don't know wrestling. They like the whole athletic style, but you have to realize you got to tell a story with it as well. You can be athletic, just like Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels was the most athletic guy back in the day. He still had to tell the story in the ring. You have to have that. My match of the night would have to be, and just like Arrow, I really don't have a match at night. I just have a couple good spots because the first match, like the first half of that was good, but not even the first half, the first part, like the first I would say minutes of that, and then the Cody Rhodes match was okay as well, but they just keep doing random heel and face things because it's weird. They really got to get their stuff together because at this rate now, NXT is beating you in the ratings. It's gonna go up from here, and they're closer and closer to hitting that 1 million mark than AEW is. So, you got to do better, guys. You got to do better. You got to want to do better.
I hope they do better next week because seriously, like the matches that they have should be entertaining, but again, should be. But NXT, just watching a little bit of that, we are going to review that, guys. We are. NXT destroyed them the first night. Like, I watched some of it, and I was like, yo, I forgot about AEW for a second. I became an NXT fan once again because I love NXT too. So, yeah.
And then, like, for a night, too, of Fyter Fest, they don't have the champ in there because he has COVID and doesn't want to show up. And then they have Joy Janela, old, ugly, mechanic, rusty-looking ass, with Sonny Kiss. Like, who's going to watch that match, bro? Who is going to watch that? I'm sorry, bro. Nobody's going to watch that. Nobody. Like,
they did a promo during Fyter Fest the first night, and it was, like, random. It was like Joy Janela wanted to fight, and Lance was like, come on. And it was just so out of whack.
Yeah, it's. I think isn't it Joy Janela versus Lance Archer, and we all know who win that, man. Like, it's stupid. I don't know what they're doing.
Aaron's just so not into this. He's usually excited every day. He's like, I'm excited, man. This is just bad.
Like,
because the people are interested in that. What you say? I missed it, man.
Hey,
What he said?
He said, well, like, comment, subscribe. Like, oh boy, this was garbage, man. This show was trash. Like, I'm kind of glad I missed the first part of it. Like, I'm usually I'm excited to do the videos for you guys, but man, ooh.
See, just imagine though, if you watched the first episode, you could have gave it a 2.2 at least.
Boy. Hey guys, so we're gonna I'm gonna plug in a couple different things, okay? Actually, it's only two things. Just like last time, I have a Twitch channel. Of course, we do reviews here. I also play video games. You know, I think I'm pretty decent at them.
It's way more exciting than AEW, I'll tell you that.
Oh, woo! Way more exciting. I'll put it in the description. It's twitch.tv/AERO1890. I'm thinking about changing that to Nikazoid. I think it sounds better for a gaming channel, so I might change that. But for now, that's what it is. And also, I'm gonna do a plug-in because I follow Mortal Kombat Mobile on Twitter. They just announced that they may be releasing a new gold card, which is probably gonna be Smoke. We have a Triborg Smoke in the game, but we don't have the classic Smoke. So as you guys can see, I do play Mortal Kombat Mobile. It is a great game. Okay, you see this right here? That's my diamond team. That's the highest team you can do.
Advertisements, man. This is sick advertisement.
Yeah, absolutely. It's better than what we reviewing. You better do something. Look at that. That's my team right there. Okay, you got them. You got all kind of classic characters. If you want, you even got characters outside the series. I got a Jason Voorhees team right there from Friday the 13th. Look at that right there. It's beautiful. Look at all my Jasons. Okay, so y'all go download Mortal Kombat Mobile. Hey, maybe you'll end up facing my team. You won't beat them, but maybe you'll face them. You guys want to say anything else before we head out?
So this is your boy Jay Fizzle. You know, that's JFIZZELL7. Go ahead and catch us. We do play that Fortnite and we destroy it. We're getting better at that. Also, for another advertisement, here's a red cup. You know, it's a cup. Smoke.
I'm about to say, you want the smoke? Because no smoke.
Yeah, you gonna get that smoke from having us watch this whack ass show.
Come on, man.
Yo, this is your L. That's why it's Fizzle, because it has 2 L's in it.
I'll take the L. I'll take both L's. All right.
Oh man, this show.
On your Instagram, and find us. I'm definitely on that Twitch. Hopefully soon. I will be starting it up and take it seriously. But yo, go ahead and add me.
And this is Indie Wrestler OB Times. You can follow me on every social media platform at The Activist OBT. I talk about just about everything. Politics, the U.S. Constitution, which you should be knowing, because if you don't, I'm going to get you. And just everything gaming in between. And it is no limit for what I say on there. You understand? Zero.
Oh, I'm gonna plug. He's going live on Twitch tonight with some Call of Duty, guys. He's actually a pretty legit player. So, Blue, go ahead and give him your Twitch channel so they can watch.
Channel is going to be Blue Pro Gaming. It is BLU.
It will be in the description.
Yup. There you go. We're celebrating that July 4th.
Well, let's celebrate that because I hated that we had to review this lame show. This show was trash, man. Garbage.
Yeah, we're going to review NXT Great American Bash because it was definitely
everybody in the comments, I promise you, I'm not watching Fyter Fest Part 2 next week. I'm watching Great American Bash. So Fizz can do the whole review because I'm not watching that show. I will not be reviewing it.
Yeah, I'm watching Great American Bash. I'm about to watch it.
Okay. We should watch the Great American Bash and then watch the highlights of AEW, just like I did this week.
No, you can watch the highlights of AEW. I'm not falling for it twice. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. No, sir. I can't get that time.
Oh, man.
So I'm out, guys. I'm Arrow here. I'm sorry.
AEW disappointed face this week.
You don't have to.
I'm so disappointed in AEW.
Yep.
So disappointed.
Trash.
I would just curse the out of you. Horrible AEW. Shame on you.
This show is trash. Guys, we love y'all. We're out.
We out like AEW because y'all trash right now.